You trying to remember my name?
Yes. Why? That's so bad. It's so tricky.
You don't know who I am?
I know.
I'm out of here.
Flatirons Fire. I know.
Barbara
I'm
Walters
so bad.
would know my name.
See, she might.
Dale Funderburk.
I'm just going to call you Dale.
Good.
Because that is way out of my league.
Fair enough.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Black Hills Connection podcast. Hanging out with a cool guest here, Dale. Flatirons Fire. I said it right.
Nailed it.
So bonus points for me. Now you guys were previously Black Hills Fireplace, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. And you're in Rapid City.
Correct.
Okay, but you are originally from Colorado.
Correct.
So tell me how this all evolves, how you got to Rapid and that kind of thing.
So yeah, born and raised in Denver, Colorado. My career was in the construction trades. Eventually started my own home building business in 2008. And that was the worst time to be starting a construction company, and didn't quite realize what was happening yet, but plugged along, but it was very tough to make ends meet there for a couple of years, because that 2008 thing hit Denver really hard. So one of my customers from Denver had moved up here for business and had kind of peppered me with questions over and over to come up here and build his house, and I didn't want to do it, and he kind of sweetened the deal. And you know, we were still recovering from 2008, so I commuted back and forth and GC'd his house and kind of fell in love with the area.
I feel like that's everyone's story. Once they get here, they're like, and then I fell in love with the area.
Absolutely. I mean, we moved, so it would have been 2013, the summer of 2013 that I first was spending time here, building that house, loved it. And then that's when Atlas happened. And that was my first experience with South Dakota winters, and I was like, forget this, I'm out of here.
That's tough.
And I was like, I told my wife, I was like, I can't finish this project fast enough, I'm gone.
Right.
But we got past it, and we're still here today. Yeah. So it kind of was supposed to be a temporary thing, but kind of set roots here. So we've been here for 10 years now, and then shortly into that, about 8 years ago, started the fireplace store.
Okay, so you started this store.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did you get into fireplaces, per se?
So we kind of started the store out of spite. So we, as a builder, I was trying to get fireplaces, and I had a project where the customer needed 6 fireplaces, kind of spur of the moment. They kind of dropped that on me. So I went to one of the stores in town and asked him for the 6 fireplaces, and he was kind of disgruntled that I needed that many and wasn't happy about the request. I didn't want to deal with builders, and I was kind of like, all right. And I said, well, I have background in fireplaces. I'll buy them. I'll install them. You don't have to worry about the warranty. I'll handle all that. I have connections. And he said, well, where have you been buying your fireplaces up to this point? And I said, well, I have a connection in Denver. And his exact words were, you just keep going through Denver then. And so I walked out onto a sidewalk. I called a couple buddies back in Denver, and I said, I know the rules, but if I have a storefront in 3 months, will you guys set up a freight program to start getting me fireplaces? And they said, yeah, we'll figure it out. So about 4 months later, I had my storefront opened, and that was kind of the genesis of the store.
Oh, wow.
So.
Okay, so you basically install fireplaces, is that fair? Or what other? Yeah,
we sell and install fireplaces, wood, gas, stoves, inserts, all that jazz. And then we are a general contractor too, so we can do remodels, we can do kind of a turnkey project, so we won't just sell you the fireplace. I mean, if you want the fireplace, that's what we'll do. But if you need us to kind of do the stone, the mantle, corner to corner, flooring, we can do kind of a turnkey project for you, so you don't have to worry about it. And then we do that on the outside of the house too. So we do a lot of decks, outdoor kitchens, a lot of boutique projects. So.
Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, the other day I was watching an HGTV show, which I don't normally watch, but it was funny because these creators had to, they had a blank room. And they had to create a room, right? And in the living room, every single creator wanted a fireplace. So what is it about a fireplace?
You know what? It's the romance of it. We just shot some footage for our YouTube channel the other day about should you really be doing a fireplace, because everybody wants everything efficient and stuff like that. I don't know how good it is, but everybody likes gathering around a fireplace. Even me as a builder, I just love sitting in front of my fireplace, watching TV. It just feels cool. So I think it's just the ambiance and kind of the history of fireplaces, and I don't know how beneficial they are, but they're just fun to look at. So.
Because can't you have some that are just for looks? They're not necessarily putting heat out?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's some that are just what we call aesthetic. Electrics, very much so. Some gassers are even they're not very good heaters. But then there's some monsters out there that you could heat almost a whole house with them. So
Wow.
yep.
That's kind of nice. So then when you came to town, did you feel like you were embraced by the community?
Not by the building community.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there were a lot of guys in the community that didn't like the fact that there was a guy from Denver. There were a couple dudes that embraced me, and I got to know them, and they were very helpful about giving me connections and kind of being resources. But I ended up at like a contractor golfing outing like about 3 months into it. And at one point, I was sitting at the picnic table by myself, and people were like, "Oh, that's the dude from Denver," and I was like,
Oh,
it was kind of odd. But as time went on,
Yeah.
things have grown. This town's grown and stuff like that. And
Sure.
honestly, Rapid City and the Black Hills have been, on the home building side and the fireplace, has been absolutely wonderful to us. So I'm very fortunate that there are some very honest, loving, cool people up here, and I've enjoyed it very much. So,
But for fireplaces, I mean, you were offering something that nobody else was, sort of.
kinda, yeah. At the time, there were a couple of gentlemen that were in the business. The one guy I mentioned, he doesn't do it anymore. There's another fellow that we actually get along really well with, but I think he's at the end of his career. And there's a couple other like lumber yards and other companies that sell it, but I'd like to think,
But you're like a specialty.
yeah,
sort of.
that's all we do.
Yeah.
Is the fireplaces and the boutique outdoor stuff. And so, yeah, it's kind of one of those things. I've been building houses for 25 years, which we still kind of stay away from the retail world. We just do specs now. But fireplaces are just honestly kind of fun. So they're pretty. They're not long 6-month projects. They're usually 1 to 2 to maybe a month long. But it's kind of a fast-paced process. And I know when you step back, the husband and the wife or whoever, they like looking at it, and they're emotionally attached to it. So they are fun projects.
Yeah, absolutely. So now you are also starting a store in Denver, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
So one of the guys that originally I had talked to when I first started the store was a GM for a outfit down in Denver. And over time, where he worked became available for sale, and it had kind of become a dumpster fire, the business that he was working for. But at one point, it still had a good name, and it had some good resources and a lot of contacts in the building world. And so once it became available to buy and get a hold of that, get our paws on it, it was like a no-brainer. We had to get a hold of it. And the fellow that was the GM, we made an owner down there because he earned it. He earned his stripes by helping us get a hold of it, negotiating the deal. And now those guys are up and running. They got the showroom all done. It's going to be one of the better choices we've ever made in business, is hooking up with Bob down there. And we're very proud of the showroom. It looks like an art gallery down there. So we're very excited about it and the potential that it's going to do over the next couple of years. Or I'll be asking to live in Michael's basement if it doesn't go good. So
Hey, it's a good basement.
yeah, I was going to say, it's a very comfortable basement.
Right.
So
You got books, you got a candle.
I'll take it.
And a
cute
cat.
little kitty. Yeah.
There's a cat here somewhere. You might show up again. Okay, so what would you like people to know? So Flatirons Fire. So is the flat iron or something?
Flatirons is.
I think of like a hair.
Nope, that's so. You got the hair thing, and back in the day that was a flat iron, and
like
back in the Old West, that's what they used to do.
Okay.
But where I grew up, there was a mountain range called the Flatirons.
Oh.
And so when I went on my own in 2008, when I was trying to figure out a business name, I was literally looking out the window trying to figure out a name, and I saw the Flatirons. So I named my company Flatirons Design Group. So that was the construction company.
Okay.
And so that stayed with me for the past 15, 16 years, whatever it's been. So now as we kind of started Denver and we're trying to rebrand our online presence, we just decided to combine Black Hills Fireplace and Flatirons Design Group into one entity.
Gotcha.
So that's how we came up with Flatirons Fire.
Oh, okay. And so you're kind of doing like this revamp of like, hey, we're still here, but this is our new name. And
yeah, we're not out of business. We're growing. This is a good thing, but it is a rebrand.
That is good.
Yeah.
Because like in my brain, I'm like, like fireplaces, like you can make a business out of that. Like just fireplaces.
It sounds weird because I started out of spite. I didn't give it much analytical detail. I was just like, if he talks to me like this, he's probably talking to other people like this. So
Right.
let's go fill a niche.
Yeah.
And even one of my business partners, when I kind of told him what I was doing, he was like, that sounds kind of the same thing. Like you're not gonna make a business with fireplaces.
Right.
Dude.
Yeah.
And he told me after he heard what I was doing, he went and sat in his living room and he just stared at his own fireplace for about a week. And he's like, I need to redo my fireplace. And he started gnawing at him, and he finally called me. He's like, all right, I want in. And I have to say, even in spite of ourselves, it's turned out to be pretty good. And
Okay.
you wouldn't think there would be that much meat on the bone, but there is. And
Wow.
we have an online presence, so we ship all over the country.
Oh, okay.
And the fact that we kind of go outside just fireplaces, that we can kind of do turnkey packages for people, I think helps our marketability. And
Sure.
we can actually do some value engineering for people, and they don't have to call 8 different guys at a premium.
Right.
We can kind of consolidate pricing, be there, and they can save a decent percentage on a project, even a boutique project, by just going through us.
Yeah, because you're a contractor and you know all the things.
Exactly.
So you just kind of show up. This is about how much it's going to cost, that type of thing.
I don't know all the things. I know enough to be dangerous.
You know,
So,
there you go, jack
Yeah.
of all trades.
that's right.
I gotta think too, and like people are just really into their like outside patios and yards, and you see a lot more of that type of thing.
Yeah, and especially in South Dakota, and my background in Colorado is you kind of have a very set period of time. So if you can do some things to the outside, so like, summer is 4 or 5 months long or whatever,
Right.
You can extend that season another month or two sitting outside, having an
Fall.
outdoor fireplace, fire pits, building covers and stuff like that, covered patios. You can extend the season. And, we even talked about expanding to even a warm weather climate where they don't even care about fireplaces.
Right.
All they want is outdoor
They're
stuff.
just outside all the
That's
time.
all they do. So we've thought about, there's a couple of cities on the map that we're looking at, that we have a few connections that we're looking at that too, but that's a work in progress. That'll be a while. We got to focus on Denver and Rapid City right now. So.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so besides fireplaces, what else do we need to know about you? You got a family?
I have a wife
What do you
named
do for
Becky.
fun? Becky, okay.
We've been married for 28 years now.
Okay.
We got a dog named Yeti. He's a cool little guy. You'll see him on our videos.
Okay.
Very shy little guy, but he's a good pup.
Okay.
Honestly, pretty chill. Just like to mountain bike, like artwork. I like to draw as my therapy. That's about it. I'm a little bit too much of a workaholic, but I've dialed that back the past couple of years because Becky's read me the riot act a couple times. So, honestly, yeah, I wish I had something really exciting to say, like we skydive or we vacation in Italy, but we don't. We just
I mean, you could if you,
Yeah.
just took a break from work, I guess. But
that I get out. I need to work more so I can go vacation in Italy.
It's one or the other.
It's a vicious circle. So I don't know. So
Okay, funny. Okay, so where can people find you then? You mentioned YouTube, Facebook, all that. How do they find you?
So our website is flatironsfire.com. That's our online presence. And then on that website, you can specifically look at the Rapid City showroom or the Denver showroom. And then you can check us out on all the different social media things, basically at Flatirons Fire. And then I guess to say too, our showroom is the old Rice Honda building.
Oh,
so
okay.
301 Campbell.
Oh, okay.
So we're in, actually, it's been a kind of a static showroom for about the past 5 years. We'll change a unit here, we change a unit here, but with the opening of Denver and with our rebranding, we kind of want to make an event out of it.
Oh.
So on September 18th, we're going to do a professional night. So if you're a landscape designer, an architect, a builder, we're reaching out to all the people we have relationships with now and more, and we want to bring them in and kind of, one, say thank you, and then kind of even expand on what we offer them and not do a sales pitch, but just let them know what's available to them and some of the new offerings. And then on the 20th, that Saturday, we're going to do it for everybody, just the public, kids, family. We're going to be playing golf par threes, playing games, giving away prizes, have food trucks there. It's just going to be a party. Hopefully have some football games on the monitors so everybody can have fun. So, and then so we're doing a full revamp on the store. So that's kind of like what we're doing now over there.
Gotcha. Okay.
So,
That's September 20th.
Yep. So
That's a
September
Sunday.
18th and the 20th.
The whole weekend.
And the 20th is the Saturday.
Oh, Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the idea of being in bigger markets. Denver's cool, but quality of life and
Yeah.
I just day-to-day life. We've spent time in New York. We spent time in Miami, and I'm like, even if we got big and huge, that kind of lifestyle
Don't see the
doesn't appeal to me.
attraction. Yeah, exactly.
And I was on a subway car in New York one time, and we're sitting there, and we were thinking about, could we live here? And just watching the rail car move and everybody's head move at the same time, and I was like, it felt like a cattle car.
Yeah.
And it just instantly killed the vibe. Like, it's a great place to visit, but I like seeing vistas. I like not traffic. And honestly, Rapid City is full of nice people, and I just enjoy it.
It is. Yeah,
So,
and you become part of the community eventually.
for sure.
And then
for
it's
sure.
harder to leave,
I'd have a hard time leaving Rapid. I have some good friends here, and
Yeah.
I miss my friends in Denver, and I can go see them once in a while, friends in Houston, but
Yeah.
I don't know, I never thought I'd say it because it was always supposed to be kind of like a stepping stone.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
someday I'll snowbird and get into a warm weather climate because I'm a wimp
Yep.
and sick of the cold weather. But
Yeah.
I like Rapid. I don't know where else I'd go. So
Yeah, it's a good place for a lot of people.
for sure.
That's why they stay. Well, we talked about the big weekend coming up in September.
Yep.
So everybody mark their calendars, check social media, get all over that.
Absolutely. Please come. We want to, like I said, this is not a chance to sell stuff. It's not a selling event. It is an event to say thank you, get to see people, throw some footballs around, swing a golf club. We just want people to have fun, enjoy a Saturday afternoon, and just honestly tell Rapid City and the Black Hills thank you because they've been very gracious and very good to us. So
Awesome. All right, Dale, thank you so much for stopping by.
thank you. This is fun. You guys are awesome. So hopefully we can talk again sometime. This is fun.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, guys. See you next time.